At matagal na.
Yes, sir.
And then after a year, the contract was rescinded.
Yes, sir, because
Force majeure, I would
the
assume.
it was not force majeure because the contract was to finish it before the 2022 national elections. The winning contractor then had 18 months to build it
Hmm.
and actually mobilize. We actually gave them a mobilization fund of around 68 million. They already fenced portion of the property, but because the UP buildings did not move, they were forced to return to us and say that we will be impelled to pull out of the contract for the non-fulfillment of the obligations of the university in providing full possession of the
Yeah.
property to the Memorial Commission.
Tagal na pala, 2022. And the contractor returned the mobilization.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In full, without
That's good. At least
in
mabalik
full.
sila. Kasi that well, other contractors will probably not return it because diba, usapan na yan, contract na yan eh.
They must have lost a certain amount as well in the millions for the mobilization, but they did not charge the Memorial Commission for that when we sent the OSG as our legal counsel to negotiate also with their legal representatives regarding extricating both parties from that contract.
So right now, I saw in your presentation earlier that uh, to fulfill your mandate, you have uh, mga mga exhibits. You also have activities, and you also go around the country to um, parang mga outreach activities. Ito yung mga ginagawa nyo ngayon.
We do, sir, have a physical space. It's about 92 square meters. Our indoor Freedom Memorial Museum Gallery in our office in 150 Corporate Center along Panay Avenue. The internal space for that museum is actually larger than the privately led Bantayog ng Bayani Foundation, which also has a physical museum for martial law victims and survivors. We do know that it would be difficult for people to go to our physical museum, and that's the reason why we created a mobile library that can go out and present the different memorial and artifacts to a larger audience. We do have also, and I was reminded by the chair, a specialized library wherein we would be the most comprehensive source for all of the martial law related events and data with us. We also have an archive which has been estimated by one of the museum curators to be worth 10 billion pesos. So we hold one of the more valuable archives of our country.
I would assume that the main direction of the Memorial Commission is really the museum. Once that museum is put up, that will be the main um, symbol of the Memorial Commission.
More than the symbol, sir, it would be the Philippines' contribution to the international community of human rights
Yeah,
museums.
parang ano yan eh, napuntahan ko yung sa Germany, yung Holocaust Museum,
That museum that you're referring
yung
to,
nasa
sir,
ilalim.
is the Museum of the Murdered Jews in Europe.
Hmm.
And when we were able to have a benchmarking visit there and talk to the museum director, the question I asked is, when were they able to build this museum on a property where no human rights violations was made by the Nazi forces? No one died there. It was not a concentration camp. It was not a killing field. And they said it was in the early 2000 wherein they built that museum, sir, that you were able to visit. And I told the museum director, that's 60 years after the war in 1945. Why did it take Germany so long to build that kind of museum? And he says, that's part of a nation's journey because later on, another ideological branch would win in their government. They would move that location, they would defer the construction. And what we have seen since 1986, we have not yet been able to build our Human Rights Museum. It will be 40 years next year from on anniversary of People Power. So this is a journey of our country in recognizing our past and then perhaps showing it to the young people of what society they'd like to build for the future. These are the importance of these memorials. It is not to open wounds of the past, but in order to educate our people that if you try to trade economic liberties for human rights violations, this is what may happen. You may not end up with both.
Museum is, ano yun eh, parang nasa basement, I remember, and maganda siya. It's really nicely curated, high-tech, has a lot of hologram, I remember, features, a lot of videos. Ganun ba? Are we envisioning the same high-tech museum?
We're inviting you, sir, to visit the proof of concept now that
Okay,
we
all
have.
right.
And in fact, some of the items that you've seen in Germany, especially the large black and white photographs, big
Yes.
six black and white
Yeah, I remember that.
photographs representing 1 million victims per photograph. We've placed a similar concept in our museum of different sectors who were very young then, but who survived the martial law period. So they have also provided inspiration for the creation of the Freedom Memorial Museum Gallery.
Mm. Who is the architect and the designer of this museum?
It is lodged with the Freedom Memorial Museum, with us, sir,
Yeah.
with the
Did we get
commission.
an external architect to do it?
We just hired some people from the UP
So
architecture.
internal na
This is
siya.
internal indeed.
Okay, okay.
So it's everything local.
Okay, okay. Well, I think museums now are becoming very high tech eh. May mga I remember doon may hologram, very interactive. Um I remember you don't just walk around and from start to end you interact with some of the technologies. Very interesting, very interesting. Yeah.
We have incorporated what we can afford in this Freedom Memorial Museum Gallery, and there's actually a rendition of the attack on Palembang Sultan Kudarat. It's a voice replication of what did happen with a huge light box. So there's an immersive content, and the students who have been there, and as well as some government officials and some international visitors, the difficulty of presenting this period is would it be prone to leaning towards propaganda or simply a objective view of what happened during the period? And I think in that curation, people who are, let's say, pro Marcos didn't feel that it was really putting all the blame on on the Marcos. We have people who come from the military to view it, and they felt that there was also recognition on the heroism of the military in people power when they sided with the people. It's a difficult balance, but the role of victims of 11,103 state recognized victims, that is the main draw because no other Asian nation has been able to provide that kind of extensive list to show to the general public of what we have done so far.
Thank you, Edie. I'll go back to the CHR proper. I just have some few more questions on the um sa budget itself, no? And this is on the hold on. itong we provide legal assistance,
Yes.
Chairman. And
Yes.
itong legal assistance, this is for those victims.
Victims, yes, Your Honor.
This is when they file to you or when they file to other courts. How does this work? Itong legal assistance.
Hindi po when they file the complaint sa commission.
Oo.
It's more of a
Kasi
when
sila
they
yung
file
complainant, di ba?
when they file complaints in courts, prosecutor's office, or maybe referral to other agencies of the government.
So, for example, you refer the complainant to another court, to another jurisdiction.
Yes, sir.
Tinutulungan niyo sila mag
Kasama po, yes,
yung legal
yes.
assistance.
Yes,
Yung na rin gumagawa ng pleadings.
Affidavits, pleadings,
Okay.
ginagawa.
And then who represents them? Ano na?
Maybe private lawyer, public attorney.
Or public attorney's
Yes.
office na. Okay. So that's another service that you provide the complainants.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. That's under which program?
Under the protection program.
Under the protection. So yun hindi nakasali. Obviously hindi nakasali yun dun sa case niyo, no? Hindi niyo na minomonitor yun.
Kasama po sa minomonitor.
Okay.
Pero
Okay.
separate docket siya. It's not part of the list of the cases for investigation.
Yeah.
Kasi may mga instances where complaints are filed, they require investigation, but at the same time, they require other protective services. So kapag minsan nag-file ng complaint sa amin for violations of human rights, we also determine other protective services that the commission can provide, like legal assistance. Kasi yung sa amin po is determination lamang ng human rights violation eh. Pero may mga instances kasi na yung mga reklamo nila would also require criminal prosecution or administrative adjudication. So sa mga ganun pong pagkakataon, we provide legal services by assisting them in the filing and preparation of the complaints or documentation of their cases for filing in the appropriate agencies of the government. So halos sabay po yung yung mga programa, mga services na binibigay.
I was asking my staff, merong mga human rights index that scores the different countries on their human rights activities. Pinapakuha ko lang. Are we faring better or how are we doing in those indices?
Wala po kasi sa akin yung index ng HRA.
May mga international. Let me just pull it up. Meron na kaming nakita sa lumalabas to once in a while no sa news yung Freedom House.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
Ang ating ang score natin dito, freedom at a glance. Global freedom is 58 out of 100. Then internet freedom is 60 out of 100. It's described as partly free. Global freedom is